The Great Hall of the Galactic Council was filled with thousands of species. Some floated in liquid pods, others stood on their many legs. A few existed only as projected light from distant star systems. They had gathered for one purpose. A new species had been discovered on a small blue planet in a forgotten corner of the galaxy. The species called themselves humans. Ambassador OK of the Empire stood at the center of the hall. His 4 eyes scanned the room with hunger. They were conquerors. They had crushed 17 civilizations in the last 1,000 years. Their ships were powerful. Their warriors were brutal. And now they wanted Earth. "These humans are weak," OK declared. His voice echoed through the chamber. "They fight among themselves. They have no unified government. Their weapons are primitive. They cannot even travel faster than light. I propose we claim their planet for the Empire." The council members murmured among themselves. Some nodded in agreement. The humans did seem weak. Their planet was rich in resources. It would be an easy conquest. But then a small figure stepped forward. It was Historian, the oldest living member of the archives of galactic memory. Her species lived for 10,000 years. She had witnessed the rise and fall of countless civilizations, and she had studied humans for decades. "Do not do this," she said. Her voice was soft, but it silenced the entire hall. "I have watched these humans, I have studied their history, and I am telling you now, do not attack them, do not provoke them, do not give them a reason to see you as enemies." OK laughed. It was a harsh sound that made several delegates flinch. "You want us to fear these primitives. They kill each other over the color of their skin. They destroy their own planet for profit. They cannot agree on anything. How can such a divided species threaten us?" Shook her ancient head slowly. "You do not understand. Yes, they fight each other. Yes, they are divided. But that changes when they face an outside threat. When humans have a common enemy, they become something else entirely, something terrifying." She activated a holographic display. Images appeared in the air above the council. "Look at their history. Every time an outside force attacked them, they united. They put aside their differences. They fought back with everything they had, and they never stopped." The images showed human wars. They showed soldiers marching through snow and mud. They showed ships crossing vast oceans. They showed aircraft filling the skies. They showed humans rebuilding destroyed cities only to fight again the next day. "But that is not what makes them dangerous," continued. "What makes them dangerous is this. Humans do not forget. They do not forgive. They will hunt you across generations. They will pass their hatred to their children, and their children will pass it to their children. They will chase you to the ends of the universe and beyond." She showed more images. Hunters tracking animals across entire continents. Persistence hunting, where humans chased prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. Wars that lasted 100 years. Grudges that lasted even longer. "They evolved as pursuit predators," explained. "On their world, they did not need to be the fastest or the strongest. They simply had to keep following, keep chasing, never stopping, never resting. Their bodies can run for entire days without stopping. Their minds can hold on to goals for entire lifetimes. This is written into their very biology." OK waved his clawed hand dismissively. "Ancient history. We have warships that can glass entire planets. What can they do against that?" Stared at him with something like pity. "You still do not understand. Let me show you what happens when you make humans your enemy." She brought up a new set of images. They showed a scout ship that had crashed on Earth 300 years ago. The crew had killed a human village before being captured. "Your people thought they had escaped," said. "They destroyed the evidence. They killed the witnesses. They fled back to your space and told no one, but humans knew. They found the bodies. They saw the alien technology, and they started planning." The images changed. They showed human scientists studying the crashed ship in secret. They showed governments creating hidden organizations. They showed generations of humans working toward one goal: building, learning, Preparing. For 300 years they have been preparing for you, said. Every technological advancement they made was designed with you in mind. Every weapon they built was meant to kill. Every ship they designed was built to reach your worlds. You thought they were primitive. They wanted you to think that. Okay's 4 eyes went wide. That is impossible. We have spies throughout the galaxy. We would have known. Your spies only see what humans want them to see. Humans are masters of deception. They lie to each other constantly. Lying to aliens is nothing to them. They have been hiding their true capabilities, waiting for the day when you would come back. The council hall was silent now. Even the floating delegates had stopped moving. If you attack Earth, continued, you will destroy some of their cities. You will kill millions of them, but you will not kill all of them. And the survivors will make it their sacred mission to destroy you, not just defeat you, not just push you back, destroy you completely. Every ship, every colony, every memory that your species ever existed. She showed one final image. It was a human face, a young woman with hard eyes and a scar across her cheek. She was looking directly at the camera, almost as if she could see through time itself. This woman lost her family in a raid. She survived, and for the last 20 years she has been hunting your people. She has killed 47 alone. She has destroyed 3 of your outposts. She has stolen your technology and given it to human scientists, and she will not stop until she dies. Even then, she has trained others to continue her work. Okay felt something he had never felt before. Fear, cold, creeping fear. One human said softly. One human has done all this. Imagine what billions of them could do. Imagine what they would do if you attacked there. Imagine spending the rest of eternity looking over your shoulder, wondering when they would come, because they would come. It might take them years, it might take them centuries, but they would come. The council was silent for a long moment. Then the Supreme Chancellor spoke. We shall vote. Should the Galactic Council allow the Empire to attack Earth? The vote was overwhelming. Nearly every species voted no. Even their own allies refused to support them. The danger was too great. The risk was too high. But OK was not a creature who accepted defeat. He returned to his ship and contacted the Emperor directly. He told him about the vote. He told him about the warnings. And then he told him to ignore all of it. They are cowards, OK said. They believe fairy tales told by an old historian. Humans are nothing. We will crush them in a single day. The Emperor agreed. He had conquered too many worlds to fear a primitive species that could not even leave their own solar system. He ordered the attack fleet assembled. 100 warships, 50,000 warriors, enough firepower to destroy Earth 10 times over. 1 month later, the fleet arrived at Earth. They emerged from faster-than-light travel just beyond the moon, and they were immediately surrounded by human ships. Not dozens, not hundreds. Thousands of human ships appeared from behind asteroids and space stations. They had been waiting. The battle lasted 3 hours. They had superior technology, but humans had something else. They had been preparing for this moment for 300 years. Every weapon was designed specifically to penetrate shields. Every tactic was created specifically to counter formations. Every pilot had trained their entire life for this single battle. When it was over, only 7 ships escaped. They fled back to their empire, carrying warnings of what they had witnessed. They told stories of human ships that never retreated, human weapons that found every weakness, human voices on the radio speaking in the language, promising that this was only the beginning. The Emperor did not believe them. He sent a second fleet, larger this time, 300 ships with the most advanced weapons the Empire had ever built. This fleet never even reached Earth. Humans had followed the retreating ships and found the staging area. They attacked first. They destroyed the fleet while it was still being assembled, and then they kept going. What followed was the longest war in galactic history, not because it was close, not because they had a chance of winning, but because humans refused to accept any peace that allowed them to survive. For 80 years, humanity pushed deeper into space. They captured planets and turned them into military bases. They freed species that they had enslaved. They built alliances with every enemy the Empire had ever made, and they kept coming. The Emperor tried to surrender 17 times. Humans rejected every offer. They wanted more than surrender. They wanted the complete destruction of everything they had built. They wanted them to know that attacking humanity meant the end of your entire civilization. On the final day of the war, human soldiers stood in the ruins of the capital. The Empire was gone, not defeated. Gone. Their planets were occupied. Their ships were destroyed. Their warriors were dead or imprisoned. Their entire species was reduced to scattered refugees, hiding in the dark corners of the galaxy, afraid to show themselves. Watched the news from her quiet home on a distant moon. She felt no satisfaction. She had tried to warn them. She had begged them to listen. But they had refused, and now an entire species had paid the price. She returned to her archives and added a new entry to the galactic records, a warning for future generations, a message that she hoped would never be ignored again. Never attack humans, they will hunt you forever. They will not stop until you are destroyed. They will not accept surrender. They will not show mercy. The only way to survive against humanity is to never give them a reason to fight. Become their friend. Become their ally. Become anything except their enemy. Because if you become their enemy, you will become their prey. And humanity has never lost a hunt. The message spread across the galaxy. It was translated into 10,000 languages. It was taught in schools on 1,000,000 worlds. It became the first and most important lesson that every species learned before joining the galactic community. And humans continued exploring the stars. They made friends. They made allies. They helped rebuild the damage they had caused. They were kind and generous and curious. They were everything they had failed to see. But in the back of every alien mind, there was always that small voice, that tiny warning. Never make humanity your enemy. Never give them a reason to hunt you, because once they start, they will never, ever stop. The council had refused to listen. They had refused to listen. And now both were lessons written in blood and fire, reminders of what happened when you underestimated the small creatures from the small blue planet in the small corner of the galaxy. Humanity remembered too. They remembered the attack on their world. They remembered every life lost, and they made sure the galaxy would never forget.